Hey guys, Slater here, lead developer of MCBC, and today we're back with our MCBC Season 12 update video. Today we're going to break down everything there is to know about MCBC Season 12 and what you guys can expect going into our event on Sunday, May 22nd at 2 p.m. EST. First off, compared to last season, this season has a much smaller changelog. As last season we revamped all of our games and introduced 2 new ones, this season we focused on improving all of our games with various tweaks and balancing changes to make them one step closer to being the best that they can be.
Let's start things off with our lobby. We have a few new things to explore. A whole lot of records exist on the record island that was empty last season. This room which will display the top scores of all time for every game mode from every canon event. This hole will be updated between each season, so be sure to come back here to see who is on top. Also, we have a practice rift race course. It teaches a few of the game's core mechanics as well as just being a fun thing for the players to do while they wait for the main event to start.
Before we get into the games, we want to make you all aware of a bug currently in Minecraft. Right now, armor is not displaying properly for other players, meaning that you might sometimes see a fully kitted player butt naked and a naked player in full armor. It's based on the last state of armor you saw that player in the last time they reloaded within your render distance. Basically, it's a mess, and while most of our games are unaffected, this does cause a heavy concern towards Battle Royale, so let's start with what we've changed there. Battle Royale has received various loot pool changes to tweak ranged weapons out and basic loot like swords, axes, and armor in, as we thought it was far too easy to find a bow and a crossbow in this game and it just clogged up the loot pool with spare ranged equipment. We've also removed the netherite helmet from the loot pool due to the armor bug and the risk assessment that comes along with it for other players. Our advice for the roster, if this game is played, is to just assume that everyone is fully kitted that you come across, which, by the way, is iron chestplate, iron leggings, diamond helmet, and diamond boots. So, yeah. Besides that, BR has received plenty of quality of life tweaks and a massive win bonus nerf, making it per player now that survived the round and reducing the point output as we thought it was a tad too high. And lastly, don't forget the shields can now be disabled by axes, so you may want to grab one of those while you're looting.
The only other game kinda affected by the armor bug is Rift Race. The Elytra will need to be equipped manually now, instead of automatically being put into your chestplate slot. This will be fixed as soon as Mojang fixes their game. Otherwise, Rift Race's points have been reduced by 20 per placement as we found that it was significantly higher than any other game on point output and had more weight in the event than we wanted.
Build Arena has received a few tweaks. First off, we buffed the points for this game across the board, and added much more value to the shop system, increasing the effects and lowering some of the prices to make those upgrades more worth your while. With the effects being stronger, more zombies have infested the arena to balance things out, and we've done several quality of life changes to the game to make certain things flow and feel better. Meanwhile, over in Relic Raiders, we've done a few quality of life stuff to make things run smoother. But first, I think we need to explain a few of the core mechanics of Relic Raiders again. Last season, many of the players were confused with the ins and outs of the game, which is understandable, as it can be quite confusing. And it is hard for us to explain the game without giving the whole thing away. So now that you got the general idea, I called the expert himself, Natty Ducks, lead puzzle designer and builder for Relic Raiders, to help explain how Relic Raiders works.
Hello everyone, I'm Natty Ducks, and today I'm going to be explaining the basics, a sort of Relic Raiders 101. Relic Raiders is a game where the objective itself is quite simple: gather points before your clock runs out. Though getting the points and doing it successfully, that can be tricky. In Relic Raiders, you and your team will be dropped into the Relic Raiders Temple. Off the central room, there are 3 routes to take: green, blue, and red. Each path has a relic at the end of it, but be wary. Each route is different, so there is some strategy in which one you go for. The green route is the easiest. It contains just 3 rooms to get through, all pretty simple. The blue route is around the normal level of difficulty. It contains 4 rooms to get through. The red route is the hardest to complete. You need to get through 5 rooms to reach the relic, though there is a split allowing for some options. Why don't I just go for green if it's the easiest, I hear you say. Well, taking a challenge will be rewarded heavily. The red relic is worth the most amount of points. The blue relic is worth less than the red, but more than the green relic. It's high risk, high reward. Be aware that the value of each relic will decrease as other teams capture it, so you want to be as quick as possible. Capturing a relic will require 2 people in the room, so communication might be a good idea. And once a relic has been captured, it will be secured back in your team's helicopter and the points are earned instantly. A big part of Relic Raiders is the constant fight with your team's clock. Each team has their own timer that you want to make sure has time in it. More time means more puzzle solving. To increase your team's time, it's rather simple. Completing a puzzle room will earn your team 24 points, along with more time added to your clock. You want to make sure to leave the temple before the timer runs out. That way you aren't locked inside. A helicopter will come and pick you up. The pilot will either leave if all 3 players are inside the copter, or if the timer runs out. They're not waiting around to sacrifice themselves for you. Oh, and here's an incentive to leave before the time runs out. If you don't, your team will lose 50 points, and you will be put in the pit of shame. So, don't end up in the pit of shame. Anyway, once your team has escaped, or failed, wait for the other, more successful teams to finish. If Relic Raiders still doesn't make sense, feel free to ask questions in the Discord. Or don't. I can't make you. Well, that's Relic Raiders. Now to hand it off to Slater to talk about what we changed for this event.
Thanks, Natty. Okay, so this season, we've added 2 new puzzle rooms to the mix throughout the temple. Our existing rooms have been altered to keep players on their toes. Also, as mentioned last season, our room order has been shuffled. Otherwise, we added point bonuses for capping a relic 4th and 5th. As before, 4th through 6th relic caps were the same amount of points. And lastly, because the roster struggled so bad to watch the clock, we've added a notification for 60 seconds remaining on your team's clock. Hopefully, this will help certain players not watching the little number on the side of their screen. And let's be honest, if you chose to ignore the clock before, it's still easy to ignore this. Either way, it's a good little heads up for those who are looking.
Meanwhile, over on Cactus, snowballs have been removed. Well, kinda. They will no longer be existing at the start of each round, but instead will kick in 45 seconds into each round. Also, a friendly reminder that friendly fire for balls do exist, so be careful not to shoot your friends off the platform. Well, you could. It'd be kind of funny.
Hey Pete, please don't encourage them.
Oh, sorry.
And that's it. To see a full detailed list, check out our changelog. But otherwise, tune in on Sunday, May 22nd at 2 p.m. EST for MCBC Season 12.
Slater?
Yeah?
What's this mid-season thing you've got written here?
Oh my god, I nearly forgot. Right, okay, MCBC Mid-Seasons are an event we're running on June 4th, a couple weeks after Season 12, where you, well, maybe not you, could be the other guy watching the video right now, but the point is, anyone can apply to partake. As long as you're a content creator and have 2 friends who are also able to record or stream the event, come and apply now, as applications will be closing very soon. Like, shortly after Season 12 happens, kind of soon. Anyway, yeah. More info on mid-seasons are in our Discord and the descriptions of this video. Otherwise, everyone have an excellent day. I'll see you all on Sunday for MCBC Season 12. Bye, everyone.